the road again. This is about midday. It's 11:45 to be exact. We have an exit here. Again, I'm still laying back as much as one can do, really. Giving cars enough room to leave, to exit, and of course this guy in front of me, came from the middle lane into this one. This is also an exit lane as well, as you see. It's okay, you see, but I gave him room to do that. And people, you guys got to understand that the most important thing that you can do to drive safely and intelligently on the road is to give people space. It's just simple. Just give them space, and give yourself space. And giving yourself space involves leaving early. That gives you space in terms of time. Well, remember that in the universe, I'm going to get a little complicated with you, a little scientific with you, but it makes sense. You see why. The universe is within the constraints. These are the bounds, or the context, if you will, or it's made up of space and time. See that? Space and time. And for a long time, space and time were basically married together. You couldn't have one without the other. Science and the Bible, by the way, just to throw it in there because I am a minister after all, concur in that there is a separation. Time can exist without space, and vice versa. There is indications of it, and the Bible does clearly indicate, except that people don't understand when the Bible does that delineation, that definition. But it is there in the scripture, but I'm not going to talk about Bible stuff right now in this stream. In any case, space is time. And when you're looking at giving people space, you have to give yourself time. Now, look at the converse of that, and also realize that if you give yourself time, you can give people space. Does that make sense to y'all? Because I gave myself time, extra time, in getting out early, I can afford to give people space. I can't give them time, but I can give them space. And by giving them space, they can unchoke the highway. They can make the highway, it helps to make the highway traffic flow, and actually that does make time. It does allow traffic to move so that people can have some time. Instead of being stuck in a traffic jam, that space can afford overall continual traffic movement at a more quicker rate, and therefore people can save some time than if the traffic was totally backed up. You cannot, it's hard for you to see any type of traffic jam where there is space. It's always, a traffic jam is characterized, almost all the time, a traffic jam is characterized by little space. You see how they're all jamming up? That's the whole issue. It's a traffic jam. It's jamming up not because traffic is slow, but because there's no space. And a very little space becomes reduced between vehicles. And that is what exacerbates the issues of people being able to unchoke themselves and unchoke traffic. Again, as you see, the way I'm demonstrating to you is simply just let traffic in and let it out and let it breathe. And then the traffic can begin to move better, and it'll increase as people just give it space. Let people move in and out of the lanes there. You see the lanes on the left is pretty much getting tied up. The middle is going to get very much tied up. Middle traffic, needs to be able to move left or right. And they shouldn't be moving right now because of the entry, right? But normally, or without the entrance, the right and left lanes should have space with intelligent drivers so that the middle lane can fluctuate left or right, and overall the traffic can continue to move through whatever it is. If it is a higher volume due to the traffic coming into the highway, then it can accommodate that extra flow. If it's an accident, if there's a car stopped on one of the sides, then I can accommodate the flow. The whole idea is that for traffic to accommodate the highway, to accommodate the flow of traffic, and that can only happen if you give it room. If you jam it up, don't give it room, it cannot breathe and it cannot relieve itself. Right now, this right lane's totally empty. There's one car coming. I mean, it's, great. So there should be no backing up any longer of volume due to this entry point here. Now, of course, some guys are coming out from the back, and here they come, right? Here's one of them coming out from the back to get in here all the way up in the front, right? So again, if I was up on that other guy's rear end, he would be jamming up. We would all be jamming up, and this is what can happen continually. Okay, so that's what he was able to get in front of this truck here. This truck had a little space. He could do some more space, but again, people are learning. We give them some time to learn, and therefore, see that car is able to move now to the left lane. So that unchokes this potential for added traffic stress, added traffic jamming here. Again, it's been reduced to a minimal at this point, and so again, I haven't had to really brake. I'm maintaining a steady movement. Again, this is the beginning of the 4 entry points on the I-4. So again, this is why this is always happening. There are 4 entry points, and each one is a test of intelligence. Of course, most people fail it, and that is why we have these traffic jams. There's no accident, there's no police activity, there's no car, and even if there was, there's still no reason for traffic to back up this way, except for the volume of dumb that accumulates in mass at the choke points, and that is the only real problem that occurs. Why can't you all drive like I'm doing? Look at all this space in front of you. Why can't you all do this? Well, where is that black car in front of me? Where is he going anywhere faster than I? He's not disappearing into 50 exits down the road. You can't. The traffic is backed up. So simply open up the traffic, and you will see that the opening up space will advance the time. It will make time flow, the traffic will flow, and then the time will be advanced. And you will actually, make time, actually. I'm actually making time. This is the power that I have. I am making time happen right here. Look at that. Just beautiful. Cars coming in, and this part of the traffic will continue to advance and move, and as soon as all that doo-doo up there clears out, this traffic jam will be essentially over until more dummies start accumulating and being selfish and not giving space. Okay, and that is just essential. Okay, that's it for this one.